Hey, welcome to New Jump City, everybody, where we recap the week in American and Japanese sequential art. I am your host, Christian, the unbiased king, Espinal. And joining me through Discord, it is the man, the myth, the legend, the tank top god, Joshua. Gangsta time, Cole.
It's called partner, but it should be called gangsta time.
Good, everybody listening. What up, Chris?
Hey, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great, man. Had work earlier. It's been a somewhat busy week.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's nice to start this new one off with some solid manga. You know?
Yeah. Also joining us is the newly disembodied voice of our producer, Edgelord. Big news, Brian.
What's up, nerds?
Hey. Yeah, we're back. It's Manga Monday, going through the 4 series that we usually talk about. So, you know, lots to talk about, lots to dissect. So let's not waste any time. Let's get into plugs. You can find me at the Chris Espinal on Twitter and Instagram. Joshua Cole, where can they find you?
At JD_Cole_37. That's on Instagram, and at NYChillin with an EN, not an ING. That's on Twitter.
Oh yeah, Brian.
You can find me at b.esp on both Instagram and Twitter. And if you ever want to catch me when I'm streaming, you can find me at twitch.tv/itspunchline.
Ooh, yeah. You can follow the show itself at New Jump City on Twitter and Instagram. Follow us on Twitter, especially because we do a really good chapter of the week poll every week whenever the manga drops on the official Viz release. A couple hours after that, we put up a poll on Twitter. You guys get to choose what your favorite chapter is among the ones that we cover. And the ones that win, we announce on the show and we celebrate a little. So check us out there. You can email us at newjumpcitypod@gmail.com with any questions, suggestions, anything you guys want us to talk about. Please hit us up. We have, I believe, we're going to be missing One Piece and Black Clover next week, so we have some time to answer questions. We got one big one coming up that we'll hopefully finally finish next week, and then we're ready to reload on questions if you got them. So check us out on that, or if you have any questions, you could comment under the video that you're watching, whatever you guys want, whether it's like feedback on the show, questions for us, your thoughts on the series that we covered this week. Hit us up on the comments below, whether it's the full version of the podcast or the little highlight breakouts we make for you every week. And while you're at it, give us a subscribe. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, do all the things that these YouTubers tell you to do that's cool. You know, whatever it is, get us more views, more likes. We're growing steadily, so we'd like your support. And I think that's it, actually. We actually are good to go on that. Oh yeah, the audio version of the podcast is on iTunes, Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts. Usually comes out first. You guys know the deal. Anyway, let's get into the show proper. One Piece! This is One Piece chapter 1053, New Emperors.
Let's go.
Yeah, lots of stuff to talk about on this one. So let's get started. We start off with
your shirt, boy.
Yeah, we start off with the Gorosei continuing to freak the fuck out. They're like, "Whoa, we didn't say to print all this shit. Why'd you print this picture? Why'd you put the D in his name?" You know, like they're just like freaking out over the wanted posters that we were alluded to last week. We get we get a shot of Big News Morgan.
Your boy.
Yeah, he's out here just like getting calls from the military to cease and desist. But our boy Morgans does not give a shit. All he cares about is the scoop, baby.
You ain't putting no restrictions on me, son.
Yeah, no, he sent it out.
Putting this news out. That's my name.
Yeah. He got all the news too. He talked about how like a Big Mom's ship vanished in Wano. He got all the fucking tea, dude. It's crazy.
Everything.
Yeah.
And put the B on Luffy's name.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Yeah, he did not pause. Pause, I guess.
Yo.
So we get a 2-page spread. Oh, is that your cat?
Yeah. Did you hear her?
No, I don't hear her actually.
That's good. Okay.
Yeah, that works. But yeah, we get a 2-page spread revealing the new bounties of Eustace Kid, Trafalgar Law, and Monkey D. Luffy. Last but not least, they are all at an equal 3 billion berries. Luffy is pictured in his Gear 5 form, laughing his ass off, using the spirit of Nika. I think Kid and Law also have new photos. Whoever Morgan's new photographer is, he just be captured. Actually, it says that they got the pictures from CP0. So yeah, that's where they got the pictures from. But pretty good, nonetheless. So yeah, they're just reacting to that. Meanwhile, the Straw Hats are not really the wiser. They're out partying. Jinbei's the only one at this dining hall, because they set up a whole organized and fancy samurai meal for them. Jinbei's the only one there, and he's like, none of them could wait for 2 hours. They're already outside partying. And we cut to them partying immediately. Luffy, Yamato, and Chopper are all just having a great time out there, doing the Straw Hat party thing, all that stuff. And then we get an interesting tidbit of news. We cut to Robin underneath the castle. She's admiring these dolls, these Kokeshi dolls. And that's when Tengu comes in, and he's like, "You're admiring my dolls, Nico Robin." And she's like, "Whoa, how'd you know my name? And why is your collection in here, in this place?" And Tengu reveals that he was imprisoned there for a long time. And Robin's like, "Wait, weren't you a blacksmith? What? Why were you here?" And he said, I was a pretty good blacksmith for a while, but it was only for fun. It was a hobby. Ruling a kingdom could be so tiring." And then he takes off his Tengu mask, and it's revealed that Tengu is actually Kozuki Sukiyaki, the father of Odin.
You're not going to get a drop of that?
I did. Didn't you hear it?
Oh, I can hear it.
Well, you're hearing it.
This cat keeps me at one.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah, you take care of your cat. But in any case, yeah. Odin's father was alive this whole fucking time. Robin takes it kind of well. She's like, "Whoa. Does Momo know?" And yeah, he has no intention of telling him that he's alive. Basically, after the attack on the palace where Odin died and Toki teleported everybody to the future, Sukiyaki managed to escape, and he was about to commit seppuku right on the spot. But I guess he was gonna go into what he did that stopped him. But that's when Robin interrupts him and reveals another fucking bombshell. She mentions that she's certain somewhere that the ancient weapon Pluton is somewhere in Wano. And it turns out Sukiyaki confirms that it is. She got this based off of the poneglyphs in Alabasta all the way back when she took Crocodile down there. So turns out... Turns out Crocodile was absolutely fucking right. That poneglyph did reveal the location of the Pluton. Jeez Louise. So, yep, Pluton's real, and it exists on Wano, which explains a lot, to be honest. I thought about that, and I was like, well, the samurai don't seem to be, that crazy strong. It's weird that the government would, stay back from Wano and, allow it to be kind of this independent country for so long. And it makes sense. They have one of the ancient weapons on their side. So, pretty good. Pretty good twist. Meanwhile, we cut over to the excavation camp in Udon, where Luffy was actually imprisoned for a bulk of the arc. All of Kaido's remaining men are being impaled by weird tree things.
Vines.
Yeah, vines, I guess. King and Queen are impaled King just gets stabbed on screen, right in front of us. And Queen is getting bled dry. These vines seem to be drinking their blood. And we see, you know who it is. You know what time it is. It's Ryukugyu, just down there kicking Queen while he's down. Talking mad shit too, while also drinking a barrel of, I guess, booze with the other vine.
While also saying that they shit is mid.
Yeah, you Kaido pirates are mid. I cannot allow myself to be defeated by mids.
Which are mid-ass wine.
Yeah.
Make no mistake, guys. As the kids are saying these days, Green Bull is low diffin. King and queen.
What's low diffin? I haven't heard that one yet. And I'm fairly on the TikToks. I'm up on the language.
All right. So not apparently, what low diff stands for is low difficulty. Meaning like he's defeating them with minimal effort.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it.
You know? So, I mean,
there's also
in an impressive display of what's the word I'm looking for? Balancing? No. Scaling. There we go. Thank you.
Yeah. There's also
scaling.
You know, when someone can solo your entire verse?
Yeah. Yeah, Ryukugyu is currently soloing the Beast Pirates verse right now.
Damn. Oh my gosh.
And he's not even worried. He's just like still like, oh, this shit tastes like shit. He calls over to his buddies who are outside waiting outside of Wano, and he tells them to send a battleship over. And not to...
Does he have swirly eyes? Oh, I'm sorry for cutting you off.
Did you say swirly?
No, he has swirly eyes? No, right?
No, he doesn't have swirly eyes.
So that was somebody else on the camera. Unless it was the snail's eye scrambled. Anyway.
Yeah, no, it was probably like just an effect.
Yeah.
But yeah, he tells him to send a fucking ship, but not to tell Akainu, aka Sakazuki, about it. He says, I love that guy's cut no corners attitude. I want to hear him say, you did good when I bring him this kid's head. He's not playing any games. They're going to have to go through him, I feel. This is not a Fujitora situation. Well, they'll have a friendly joust and they'll run away. I think this guy's serious. Meanwhile, at the Flower Capital, Luffy is at the top of this weird building thing. And he just yells out to the people. He says, listen up, everybody in the fucking alliance. We all fought together. Y'all fought hard. And that's when, we had this little moment where Momo flashes back to Luffy telling him not to tell Wano that he defeated Kaido because he doesn't want to be a hero. And that's very consistent with Luffy's character. He doesn't want to be known as the guy who saved people. Because that's not why he did it for, technically. He did it basically just because of Momo.
He's more bashful than Chopper, yo.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, Kid comes out of nowhere in the middle of all of this, and he tries to, like, hit Luffy or something. But Luffy's like, hey, Jaggy, you're here. He grabs Eustace Kid and 2-page spread of Kampai, which is the toast that they actually promised that they do with everybody at the start of the Onigashima fight. That's the reason that they held off with Jinbei, is like, you know what? Before we swear Jinbei in, we should do this with everybody instead. And everybody goes Kampai, does the toast. Low key, I think like this conscripts everybody to Luffy's like fleet without him really knowing.
Yeah, is that what happened? They all shared the glass.
Mm-hmm. I think this technically
they all pop that bottle together.
Yeah, they all pop that bottle together, and that's how they do it in One Piece. If you pop bottles,
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Post time skip, they get busy.
Yeah. So yeah, everybody's like partying. Everybody's having a great time. That's when Kid just like knocks off Luffy's arm, and he's like, "I came to eliminate you. Just look at this shit." And it reveals the new 4 Emperors of the Sea. The 2 we already know. We have Shanks and Blackbeard, new Emperor of the Sea, Monkey D. Luffy, and last but certainly not least, the new Warlord of the Sea, Buggy the Genius Jester. And the chapter ends with Ryukyu walking his way over to the Flower Capital.
Talking that good shit.
Yes.
Woo! He said, y'all niggas popping bottles? I'm about to pop this bottle too. What you talking about?
Oh, man. All right.
Oh,
So
shit.
again, lots to talk about here, but let's start with you, Josh. What did you think about this chapter?
Oh man. Oh man. So, first of all, I'll have a rebuttal to your closing statements on the chapter, which was how Buggy is certainly not the least. I think this is like one of those rare times where that's absolutely the case.
Last but least.
Yes. At least in combat, I mean.
Last but absolutely least.
It's sad because like Buggy only has a good matchup against swordsmen, and none of these guys are swordsmen. Like
Shanks
I
is
guess
a little bit.
Fundamentally, I mean, sure, Shanks fights with a sword, but his combat is more swag than anything else. So
That's true.
what can Buggy really do against that? I'm pretty sure, as a matter of fact, that's like super effective against Buggy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, I really liked this chapter. It had nice little doses of hype and build up towards, next month when we get a new chapter.
Yeah.
And while also, giving us the usual One Piece traditional end of arc celebration. It's fun. And it could be boring on its own. But it's just the way Oda balances these things. He did it again. I'm thoroughly excited to see what Green Bull's about to do in Wano. I remember last week, I confidently was like, man, he's not gonna pull up to them and fight. He about to have a conversation with them. He's not about no war. Your man's was flying in on a fucking leaf pedal. Like he was Deku Link from Majora's Mask. Shout out if you know that reference. But I disrespected him, and I disrespected the Deku Scrub Link because he's a thug too. Man, what did I say before? I was like, even if Luffy and Zoro didn't fight, like he can't take on all of Wano. I don't know, man. Maybe
he can.
Maybe he can. Yeah. Maybe he can.
Hey, here's the thing. I'll say this. Like, the Beast Pirates are all fucked up right now, to be fair.
For sure. Luffy
and everybody else are probably not 100% themselves. So, if there's any time to strike, maybe it's now.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Luffy could beat him one-on-one at full strength. I mean, we don't really know. All right. This is the only... All right. I did not expect... Let me organize my thoughts. This was 7 days after the conflict. Granted, you're like you said, not 100%, but they're not, they're not like sickly and wounded. They're good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're partying.
So like King and Queen, and King and Queen, they were probably okay. They probably had nursed their injuries and was trying to regroup and figure out what they was gonna do, and they got bodied, bro. So like if Luffy was still actually hurt or he couldn't activate his, Gear 5, Monkey God mode, etc., etc., it's not looking good for Wano, man. It's just not fair.
Yeah.
It's not cool, Ryu Goku.
Before, I do want to mention something that I didn't notice the first time reading.
What's that?
Look at that very last panel. Look at how he's walking, Ryukyu. Look at his...
Oh, yeah.
You see the trail of flowers? I didn't notice that the first time around.
No. I one up you, bro. I don't know if you noticed. Why don't we go back to the beginning of the chapter?
Okay.
All the way... No, not the very beginning.
Yeah, where, though?
To when they first pull up to the excavation camp.
Uh-huh.
Okay? There's like a pan out of the outside.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see all of the plant life, bro?
Yeah.
Son, that's all him.
Damn.
Maybe that's Cat.
Cat, but that's... I mean, I'll take it. I think that's
Wano does has plant life, but it's because you could see the flower and the mushroom in that corner. I thought that was him creating I thought that was implying that he left all of that on his way there.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
He blew up the whole site by himself just with raw power of plants.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy might be able to take on Hashirama.
Ooh.
Nah, maybe not. Oh, that's cap. That might be cap.
That might be cat.
All right, that's my thoughts, bro. It was an incredible chapter.
Are you struggling the RGC?
Yeah, I'm struggling, bro. I'm struggling. Can I give it some more thought?
Yeah, you could give us some time. We
We'll
can
give
move on
it
to
at least the end of this. All right.
Yeah,
Brian. Do you have any thoughts or rebuttals to anything I said?
No, this is a pretty good chapter, honestly.
Of the week?
Some pretty big bombs are dropped. We found out where Pluton is. We finally got to see Ryukyu. Like, it's just so many bomb drops. And then also, this is the last chapter of the month, right? Like,
yeah.
So we're not going to be seeing One Piece for a while. So they gave us enough to, like, kind of think about. Like, they gave us a lot to kind of digest for a month. Like, holy shit, Buggy's a fucking emperor. Like, it really makes me wonder, what the fuck did he do to, like, accidentally get that,
Yeah.
Like, because he didn't earn it for sure. We all know this, right? There's no way this guy actually earned becoming an emperor. Some shit happened, like, the perfect domino chain of fucking events happened to make him a fucking emperor by accident.
Without doubt. Without doubt, bro. There's not a shadow doubt in my mind.
I wonder what the fuck it is. At this point, Buggy might actually be fucking Pirate King before Luffy. At this rate.
He might fall into the
I
One
can
Piece.
see him becoming Pirate King before Luffy.
Viable.
Completely by accident. He's probably the man Roger is really waiting for, and we just don't know it yet.
Maybe that's why they laughed at Laugh Tale. Is they saw
They saw a clown.
It was like, it wasn't any of us. It's Buggy this whole time. We had him on our ship.
Sun God Buggy.
Yeah. Were those Oh, sorry, bro.
Yeah. Those are my thoughts. There is still like one theory. Well, I didn't think that there was any theories, but there's actually one where people still think that Ryukyu could be Zoro's dad, but I doubt it now.
Yeah, no, there's no way.
Doesn't seem right. Doesn't seem like the type.
No.
He doesn't even look like he's from Wano either. Judging by his appearance and how he acts, for the most part, he doesn't seem like a Wano resident.
Mm-hmm.
Fujitora looks more like a Wano resident than he does. So, those are my thoughts.
Yo, man, his tattoo means double suicide at Death River. This guy's doing the most.
What does that mean, though? There has to be more meaning to that.
Brian,
is that a haiku?
Yo, Brian, that was Brian's. Brian wants a tattoo like that now.
No.
Brian wants.
I mean, I can identify Edge if I ever heard it.
That's Edge.
Where are you gonna get it tatted, bro? The same place?
Yes. He's gonna get it. He's gonna get it tatted on his
side at Edge River.
He's gonna get it tatted on his heart because that's where his soul resides.
I'll go with you, Brian. I'm not gonna get it, but I'll go with you, bro, for support.
Yeah. Okay, so here's what I love this chapter as well. Lots of stuff just casually dropped here, but still like just a little sprinkle. Even the revelation that Pluton's on Wano felt like just a little sprinkle in comparison to like everything else that's been going on with Ryukyu and Luffy becoming officially known as a warlord now by the world. Right. The Buggy thing is so funny. It's so funny to witness the Buggy thing. Cause that's the thing I mentioned to you guys in the group chat that I was spoiled. This is what I was spoiled about, was that Buggy became an emperor. That's what people dropped on me, which I was fucking furious.
Did you hate your life?
Dude, I was so mad. I gotta delete TikTok off my shit because people have people have no
move the, I don't know, man.
People have no shame. They'll just straight up like the guy I saw. The first thing he said, and I'm swiping. I have no control over what I see next. I just see, well, Buggy's a Yonko now. I'm like, fuck.
He does. Remember when he said that? Yonko.
Yeah, I was like, fuck.
Oh, I wanted to respond to something you said. Only I can remember what.
Oh, well, I'll keep
Luffy
officially being a warlord now.
Before that?
Not warlord, but the Pluton being dropped, feeling only like a little sprinkle.
Okay, yes. All right. It just occurred to me that Pluton may be a person as well, like Shirahoshi was.
Well, they confirmed it a couple times that it's a ship because Frankie has the blueprints.
It's
Look at us trying to build theories of our own.
It's not because my theory was wrong, but because I sounded like a fucking idiot. I forgot. All right, it's a boat.
It's a boat. It's a big boat. It's a big death boat. You know, so
just a boat with really strong weapons.
It's
on
a big, strong boat that can't be defeated or destroyed. It's
well,
like
where is it? Is the island Pluto?
You think Wano is Pluton
itself? Maybe it moves.
What if Zunisha's Pluton?
That's what I'm saying. Duh. Yeah.
Well, you can't build Zunisha unless Zunisha's a robot.
Maybe it's armor for Zunisha.
It's not.
I'm getting like City on the Back type of situation. That's what I'm getting. Like Fortress, yo. That's what
well, technically, you know, people see it as a ship. Frankie's the only one who really knows what it looks like because he's seen the blueprints. Him and I.
He just never mentioned like, yo, by the way, guys, Pluto looks like this and that.
They don't need to know. They're not after them. Right? No.
What an asshole.
In theory, he could be like, that's Pluton, all right. Frankie could identify Pluton.
Imagine he's like, oh yeah, Luffy, BT Dubs, we're on Pluton right now.
This is Pluton, by the way. No, who knows?
All of this.
That's crazy that it's on there, but that's like one of the sprinklings, you know, it's weird. Such a long-standing thing in the series that two fights have been, like, Pluton has two whole arcs revolved around it, with Alabasta and the CP9 arc, the Enislavi arc. The whole thing was about getting Pluton, and it's just right there.
Via Robin?
Yeah, via either Robin or Frankie's blueprints.
Yeah.
But yeah, either way. So yeah, more thoughts. One thing. Oh, okay. I was just thinking about the discourse around Buggy being a Yonko now. It is really funny to see people react to that because a lot of people are like low key annoyed. And I'm like, you haven't been reading One Piece for very long, have you? It's like ever since Marineford, that's the gag that Buggy.
Yeah, this has been built up. Yeah,
that Buggy just has failed upward for the longest time, and it's really made him one of my favorite parts of this series. Maybe not one of my favorite characters, but every time Buggy fails upward, it just makes me smile. Just because it's so stupid.
It's interesting. It's like a dose of chaos, you know? But a different kind of chaos from like Blackbeard.
Yeah, and I love it because it's such an emblematic thing of how people are starting to overthink One Piece a lot. Because a lot of people are trying to justify Buggy in a very deep and plot-driven way, which I don't think is wrong, per se. But, come on. Like, this is the whole thing. There's like a theory surrounding Buggy that he's playing the long game and then he's acting weak this whole time to like get further ahead, you know, in the pirating world, which I don't know how much I buy. I think Oda really just likes putting Buggy in these increasingly compromising situations, and because it's just funny.
Where he's bound to, like fuck the pack up.
That if he gets pressed a little bit, he'll be squashed. He'll get his shit pushed in by everybody he's holding company with. So
I've seen fan art of Buggy versus Luffy, and Buggy's using Advanced Conqueror's hockey.
Well, what's really funny is that like it could be a possibility that Buggy's gotten a little stronger since the time skip. It's not impossible.
That's the doubt, though.
But I think like he's still supposed to be whatever happened with Buggy, because I forget who was after him when the admirals descended upon his fucking his pirate business. But something happened there. I think when they tried to get him, he fucked them up so bad with because he has a fleet himself. Buggy technically has a fleet.
Yeah.
So of people who used to be in Impel Down, and probably a ton of more people who like joined him after hearing it. So yeah, something happened there. I think like his people fucked people up so bad that like he just got all the credit for it. And
yeah, he's got like a real gangster crew. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, he's just taking the credit for it. Honestly, I love it so much, and I wish it wasn't spoiled for me, because what a fucking great twist. Because I wasn't even thinking about it the whole time. We were like, maybe they'll just like exclude Luffy because they don't want people to know about the Nika situation, so they'll give it to Eustace and Law. But no, it's just Buggy.
Right, I thought it was gonna be Law Kid too, but they I'm gonna just leave it at that.
Yeah.
I was expecting one of them, but I'm not surprised.
Yeah,
Let's go, bro.
just another theoretical L that we've taken on this show. But it's all right. The actuality thing has brought me so much more joy. So I'm very excited about it. It's so sad that we won't be seeing One Piece for a month, but it'll be a good thing to have, because July 24th is like a couple days after my birthday. So it's a little like a nice little birthday present for Oda to come back on my birthday week.
Do that.
I appreciate it. But yeah, that's all of my thoughts. I can't wait. We're getting into the final phase of One Piece. I expect full months of chapters for at least 3 months, Oda. If you're going to make us wait 1 month for the next one. Unless you really need a break, then take the break. But yeah, those are all my thoughts. Great chapter. Not my RGC, you may have noticed. But very good. Very, very good chapter. Very close. Probably my second. It does win the audience, but RGC, but it is tied with another series. So,
oh wow!
So I'll give it.
So technically, I can't record the vote for the audience this week.
But
that's kind of how I do it. If it's tied, it's a neutral.
Yeah. That being said, I will give it the drop.
Certified RGC. Certified RGC. Certified RGC.
It deserves
I wonder what it's tied with. Actually, I know what it's tied with.
You don't know what it's tied with. You don't.
Then that means I do know. Well, let's see.
You'll find out. Anyway, you guys ready to move on?
Yes.
Then let's go.
Oh, it was nobody's RG. Whoa. Okay. All right. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, let's move on. My Hero Academia. This is My Hero Academia chapter 356 regarding the enemy. Last we left off, All For One took a pretty big hit from Hawks through the combined efforts of himself, Jiro, and Tokoyami, all at once trying to fight him, causing his quirks to kind of like rebel against him as far as we knew.
As far as we know.
As far as we know. We'll learn more about that later. I forgot Jiro lost one of her ears in this battle, which is pretty crazy. She's a young child, and she's already lost her ear in battle.
She's still going tough.
Yeah, she's going.
She don't feel that.
So she takes off her jacket and wraps it around Tokoyami, I guess to give him some more shade to a degree so he could power up Dark Shadow. And
right around his fist and arm.
Very cool. She jumps off and she says, "Here's your big chance. I'll catch up with you later." And already, just such a fucking dope moment. Tokoyami goes gear third, and he does Abyssal Black Body Ragnarok, big shadowy fist right into All For One's fucking face, breaking his life support mask. In two great panels, honestly, so fucking cool. Loved this moment. All All for One is like, my cool edge mask.
No. Yo, Tokoyami fucking snapped that nigga, man.
Yo,
That was cool.
yeah, very cool. So yeah, Hawks comes in for the kill. He takes his big feather sword. All for One is thinking to himself like, I needed to dodge that attack at all costs, yet my awareness was delayed. And he basically explains to us that like, because he's in a significantly weaker body now, his quirks don't respect him anymore. They're like, fuck you, dude. We're going to stop you now. And they've cast a rebellion. So, yeah, he's just like fighting against his own quirks at this point. Meanwhile, Hawks comes in for the kill, but then he gets like an image of just All for One being gross and eating somebody.
And eating people.
Yeah.
Eating other people.
Yeah, just setting everything to flame and killing everyone. And
He's setting his quirk straight. That's what he got an image of him.
oh,
abusing
that's
his own
what it
quirks.
is. Wow, I was confused. I was like, is he having a memory right now? What is this? But yeah, he is telling his quirks to sit the fuck down and obey him.
If you ever looked like a lima bean, this was the moment.
Yeah, this is
Yes. That was exactly what went through my mind as I looked at that picture. Like, wow, this is legit. Like I said before, like
Yeah.
the lima bean from Jimmy Neutron eating people.
Yeah.
This is fucking horrifying.
Yeah, he went full
I
lima
would
bean.
have watched too.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, to be faced with that face. Ugh.
What?
Is this Slenderman? Is this what Slenderman does? Dude, nobody's going full lima bean.
Speaking of Slenderman,
Yeah, he does a whole dumb explosion. He does his like tendril explosion thing to catch his individual pieces of his mask. That's why he did all that, to like not only push everybody away, but also capture the little individual shards of his life. What was? Oh, damn! Why was life preserving mask?
His life support.
Life support. Thank you. Life support mask, and pull it together. And as in the middle of doing that, that's when All Might pulls up. Where not All Might, Endeavor pulls up.
but you felt that.
Oh yeah, I felt that energy.
That meant something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to address that later.
Oh yeah. Oh, by the way, we get this misleading shot where it looks like Hawks like got in the way of Tokoyami, like trying to take all the brunt of it. But yeah, it is Endeavor. He pulls up. He gets his arm like really fucked up in that mode, but he fights through it still. And he just forges onward. We get to
With his right arm skewered.
yeah.
Yeah, he definitely lost his arm. It shows in that panel.
No, he has two arms
Blood.
still. You'll see.
No.
Oh wait, does he make
in
a
the
fire?
bottom panel, he literally, like in that same panel, in that same page, it gets ripped off. You see?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was confused because he punches with that arm, but I guess he makes a whole firearm, which is pretty cool. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. Yeah, we cut over to kind of the inside of Endeavor's mind at this moment. It's his younger self just like talking about how his position, his atonement, his mistakes, responsibility, there's all of it has only exposed one weakness that was always there. And it was basically his inferiority complex. And it comes back to watching his father die attempting to save a girl. It's unclear whether he was a hero or not, but yeah, his father died. And he thought back on his envy of Superman, true Superman, and his inferiority complex, and he tried to like apply himself. He called himself Endeavor as a symbol of how he wanted to make it on his own merits and his hard work. But no matter what, he would always just feel lesser than, and it would like really just eat at him as a person until it turned him into, the abusive fuck he turned out to be for a while. But he chokes this like inner visage of himself, I guess, trying to do away, like as a symbol of doing away with that old version of himself that was just so envious and so messed up. And then we cut to the outside world, it looks like. And as he's loading up a fire punch, I guess he does like replace the arm that he just lost with just pure fire.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
That's what I was saying. I thought he kept his arm.
Yeah, he definitely used this quirk to create a flame fist, which is fucking crazy.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
He hit him with a falcon punch.
God,
Oh my
face.
god!
Look at that fucking face, man.
What a good time to have a falcon punch drop, huh? Damn. Anyway, lesson learned. Next episode, I'm getting a falcon punch drop. I will not be caught off guard again. But yeah, he smacks All For One with this fucking fire fist, scorching him alive. And Endeavor says to him, "Dogged? Yeah, I sure am, which is why as long as I live, I'll never take solace in a job well done. Putting an end to this fight is my duty." And we get this cool panel of him looking fucked up, but still ready to fight. Very, very cool. And that's where the chapter ends. So let's get into it. Josh, what did you think about this chapter?
This was my RGC, and it was really tough.
It was also mine.
Okay.
Brian?
Yeah, it was mine. It was mine too, man.
Yeah, it's a unified, really good chapter of the week.
Unified RGC. Unified RGC. Unified RGC.
Nice.
Oh.
You guys mind if I go first on the recap of this one?
Sure.
Look at him.
For it, man.
Brian's running a victory lap right now.
Best chapter of My Hero in a very long time. Like it's been a while since I've had since My Hero has had a chapter like this. It was such a well balanced chapter. You got to see so many people do their thing. You know, like you had Hawks coming in and being like the veteran. You had the youngsters coming in and doing some shit. But of course, you know, my Endeavor bias speaks up, and it always takes over in the end. And him having this moment, you know, of kind of realization and like, you know, trying to overcome his own insecurities and flaws, and everything is kind of coming to fruition where it's like, oh fuck, you know, this is what it really means to be the number one. This is what it really means to be a person who can really who has to rely on themselves to like push forward, and you have to throw your body on the line. And Endeavor always does that. Don't get me wrong, but this moment just hits differently, just because this is where it all fucking counts. Like this is where it all really fucking matters. And he usually always pulls up. He always shows up when it matters. If you really think about it, like this guy never really shies away from a fight. He never really, no matter how bad things are, he will push through to the end. He almost fucking lost an eye fighting the fucking flying Nomu. He was the first dude to fucking square up with Shigaraki. Like, this guy doesn't run away from a fight. And him showing up again here, despite being so fucking internally conflicted, is really fucking huge. And he's making a case for redemption, but I wouldn't say he's 100% there. I don't know if he'll 100% ever be redeemed. And that's something he kind of has to live with. But what he can do is this. Literally do everything he can to always kind of, you know, try to push to be a better person. Or try to be a better hero than the people before him, you know? And this chapter was really beautiful, the way that it was portrayed and drawn too. Like the emotion on his face when he goes to punch All For One. I honestly have not seen a panel like that in a while, like with that much expression and meaning behind that attack. Like I can't name a manga that draws like that, you know? It was such a beautiful fucking moment with that art. And Horikoshi really fucking outdid himself with that. Like, you can't like he takes the storylines that nobody would ever fucking do, and he runs with it. And it's like you can't, you just can't fault him for it. Like this guy is so incredible with his art. Like you can't, like he's just one of the best in the business when it comes to it. And I'm glad that he's still like on a steady incline. You know, he hasn't gone down since this war arc started, which is really good. I want him to keep this shit up. Like, keep going, brother. You got this, man. You could pull this arc off. Just keep this quality up right now. So that's all I got.
Nice, Josh.
Okay, yeah, well said. So I don't have any rebuttals, I guess, to what you were saying, but there's something that came across my mind as I was reading this, and I think I really enjoyed this series at first because I thought it was gonna have like. Sorry, guys. I'm waiting for you guys to pass by. Yeah, man. I thought it was gonna have a vibe, like it was gonna be kind of like paying homage to American comics, and I think I kind of lost sight of that, like along the way. And this chapter just really brought me back to that, and it kind of made me reflect on just how the series has been so far, and like how Horikoshi's been delivering, information, how he's been displaying like these fights. It is in very American Comic X, where it's like this conversation and flashy moves. You know what I'm saying? And manga's like that too. Don't get me wrong. It's just that it's the depth of the conversation, I guess. I don't know. I suppose you could say that for a lot of different manga series, but I think in the way it's the combination of the art with his style of writing that just, you can see that the hype moments he's going for are the same kind of like dynamic like pictures you'd see like in a comic, how they jump out of the panels and stuff. Like let's look at let's go to page, if you guys are following along,
yeah.
Right? Page 7 and 6. And if you guys are just listening, I'll try to explain it. There's a close up after Awful One expands his weirdo tentacles out to get the pieces of his mask and brings it back together to form it in. Like the close up of it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. After him doing this crazy feat. That reminded me of some Magneto shit.
Yeah.
Like him reconstructing his helmet back together or something, and then a close up of how deadly. Like it's what Horikoshi chooses to emphasize. And it carries, it really carries in like the story. Mm-hmm. It like his art does such like heavy lifting, and I feel like me personally, I had to accept that and enjoy it. I mean, in the next page with Endeavor blocking everything, look how his fist kind of like, it doesn't quite jump out, but it's a mess of everything going on, but you see the fist solid breaking through as he's getting hurt like that. That was well displayed.
Mm-hmm.
What else can I say, man? It carries the emotion over, and even this mini backstory of Endeavor, I thought was kind of deep. I mean, we know he was a very flawed man for like, kind of obvious reasons, like his inferiority complex and his abusiveness. But I thought it was still really cool that I was able to see like a new perspective of him by, them showing how his father died and how he internalized that into being a hero. It was just, I don't think there was anything profound learned there that we don't already know, but I thought it was a nice touch in between the emotional moment. Mm-hmm. Incredibly well done. Even more impressive that he beat out One Piece on the send-off hype chapter.
Yeah.
I mean, and then the last thing I'll say, this final panel, him blowing up, we don't even see how he looks. Like the last we see of him is that he's this little speck, like in a crisp. It doesn't matter, man. He left his mark, bro.
Mhm.
I don't care if it's back up. I know he's hurt.
Yeah.
That's enough for me. And I'm not saying Endeavor is 100% redeemed or anything like that, but man, he's trying hard and I respect it.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think, Chris?
Wowie. Obviously.
Right.
Lots of stuff to talk about. I mean, I agree with Brian. This is probably the best My Hero chapter in a while. And, there've been some good ones lately. For this war being what it is, there's some really good stuff happening in it. And this is probably the best one. I didn't really expect it, to be honest. But yeah, everything's just like on full force. And, this is like kind of Horikoshi just kind of at his peak. This is the first time where I felt like, hey, this is like classic My Hero, like going into just kind of like the depth of the character and really just trying to like analyze what they're doing, who they are, and just like bringing it to the fight and all that stuff. So I love that for this. And especially for Endeavor, who is just like such an interesting character going for a long time. Just because his arc is probably one of the more fascinating, if not the most fascinating in My Hero, really. It's the most complex arc, I think. And I think it's not necessarily about him being redeemed, because I don't know how much you can be redeemed with the things that he's done, with his family and all that stuff. But, it's just a guy who's trying to do the best he can to be a better person going forward. You can't change the past. It only matters what you're doing now. And I think that's what if there's any redemption for Endeavor, he's always been trying to push forward, and trying to make active changes.
Right.
Which he's definitely trying to do, as you see inside of his mind, him conflicting with his inner demons. And I think there's a very interesting emphasis on his inner self telling him that he'll never be a superhero, because when you think about his origin with his dad tried to save somebody, and in Endeavor's eyes, he wasn't good enough to cut it. He wasn't good enough to survive and save the girl. So that's where his inferiority complex is. It's just, he just wasn't good enough. I'm not good enough either. Given All Might, I'll just never reach that height. I think that's very like deep and complex. I wish they were like, as much as I do love this, I wish they had like expanded on it a little bit, but I get you're in the heat of battle. You can't really do that. You get enough information to kind of like extrapolate what you need. So I appreciated that on that front. And the artistic, this chapter might have sealed it for me. Horikoshi might be has taken the torch from Bleach being like best artist in Jump right now, in my opinion. Art is subjective, and I love every artist in Jump. Don't get
as far as on a weekly basis.
Yeah, but you see
Punch Man, basically.
Yeah, you see what he's given. There's like so much detail. There's like this shading shit. It's hard. What they do here, it's they have to paste all of those little shades on, and they have to cut it, like to a perfect like angles and all that stuff to get the lighting right. And he does it constantly. It's not fucking easy, and the detail on his pencils and his inks, it's out of this world. So I very much respect him as an artist on that front. This was the best chapter of My Hero in a long time, and I'm hoping also that it continues on its growth. I love this. I love this so much. RGC all the way around. So
yeah, well said, Chris. Sure. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's a far cry from us being like it's moving too fast, blah blah blah. But
yeah, it was balanced very well. I already know what it is. Like, I'm not gonna act like that's still not, it doesn't still kind of bug me, because you're right. It would have been nice for certain things to be expanded on, but it is what it is. It was a nice little slice in between, like, the heat of the moment, which I think, like we all agree, I believe, was executed incredibly well.
Yeah. I'll say this. I think, like, there are moments where these are things that Horikoshi had planned for a long time, so you can tell when he's enthusiastic about something and, when he has to move forward. And this is one of those things where he had it in his head for a long time. And he was like, yeah, this is the moment. I'm very excited about it. But yeah, super excited. You guys have any rebuttals? No?
Yeah, it's not about redemption. It's about trying to move forward and be a better person every day.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, and that's the more you know.
You can't control how other people feel. You just gotta try the best you can.
Yeah.
If you do care.
Yeah, 1% better every day. Every day, folks.
Right.
That
Motto here.
Yeah. That being said, are you guys all set to move onward?
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, let's go. Jujutsu Kaisen.
Hey, I'm up on my slow ass iPad.
Well, in that case, I'm gonna hand over the reins to Josh. He's gonna take over recap duty this week. Very excited. So let's get into it. Josh, take us away.
All right, so we are on. Thank God the chapter was on the second page. Chapter 188, Tokyo number 2 Colony Part 7. Or as I like to say, alternate title, Electric Boy Gets Busy. Okay. We start the chapter. All right. What happened in the last chapter? We had Kashimo coming to terms with the fact that he's going to have to fight against an invisible god for 4 minutes and 11 seconds, I believe the time was, or something like that.
Yeah. And possibly in perpetuity.
Yes. He was game. He was very ready, and he was so ready that it spurred an a mini past, what do you call that? Flashback. Where we realized that, in the past, his total motivation is to just win at fights. That's it. That's all he wants to do. There you go. That's why he's looking for Sakuna. Okay, moving forward. At the beginning of this chapter, we get the lyrics to this song called "Admiring You" by Eita Tairakuru. Tairakuru.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, there we go. Lyrics and music by her. Yeah, she writes her own shit. That's what's up. Okay. I'm gonna read the whole thing to y'all. You always exaggerate. The local udon noodles aren't as tasty as you say. The neighborhood dog isn't as big as you say. And I'm not as cute as you say. When you vowed to hate me forever, you were exaggerating to the end. But it might actually be true. Each night in the bath, I think of that moment. And 8 years ago, and your verbal slip. Ooh, what a hairy back. Papaya, papaya. What a hairy back. Papaya, papaya, papaya. Ooh. Okay. Everyone always exaggerates, like even if you don't find love, lose that hair, or change jobs, things will work out. But what if they don't? Question mark. Sometimes I also exaggerate, like I don't worry about my makeup and fake tears relieve the pain. Now I'm getting off at the next station. ... Alone.
Wow.
Yeah.
I did not read this song at all.
I did. I read the whole thing because I thought it was some type of foreshadowing. Guess what, everybody? It wasn't.
Well, I don't know.
Need to make sure y'all time. What?
Maybe the foreshadowing has yet to come.
It probably is. Yeah, they did mention the next station, and maybe that's part of this guy's Rishi. Whatever. Let's get into the chapter. So, even though your boy,
Kashima.
I don't remember.
Hikari?
Thank you. No, not Hikari.
Kashima.
Electric Man, yeah. Even though Kashimo was very confident, we begin the chapter with him hauling ass because he knows what time it is. I mean, you got to get some space. And Hikari says, you know what? Instead of catching up to you, I'm just going to punch this big fucking iron storage unit. And they have a game of tennis with the storage unit. Really intense. That's the shit you love to see,
Oh my God.
They go back and forth to the point that they break it down. And
they E-Honda it. They go.
I'm sorry?
They go E-Honda on it. They just go.
Yeah, like it go bang, 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 bang. Like they get closer and closer until it turns into, I guess, iron dust.
Yes.
Hikari goes for, I guess, a hook, a mean hook. Of course, Kashimo dodges swiftly, kicks him in the head, and pieces him up with one of the straps of a iron container unit.
Yikes!
And then we get a little monologue in his head where he's saying like, "Yeah, man, I know about cursed energy and where it comes from, but if I take your head off, you ain't gonna be able to, revive that easily." Actually, I think he said you won't be able to revive at all. So he figures if I shoot my lightning bolt at his head and bust his shit open, I should win, even if he's in invincible god mode. See, he had a plan. You know what I mean? He wasn't just like, man, fuck it, I'm ready to die. I like that he did have an idea and wasn't just being a dickhead. He decides to shoot lightning at Hikari's head, and we get one of the weirdest sequences in manga that I've ever watched. His head doesn't even blow up from the lightning. It regenerates so fast, and he shoots out the excess cursed energy from his nose.
Yeah.
Fucking popcorn. I didn't get that, but it was incredible.
Yeah, so I think what it is that he took the electric shock, and while he was healing, he also got rid of the electric shock through his eyes and nose. Like he just kicked it out. He said,
Kashimo's stunned. Like, he's not mad at nothing, but he's genuinely, he's admired.
Yeah.
He admires this. You can see he's like, wow.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. So, Hikari proceeds to give in Kashimo that close combat work. Kashimo's thinking, shit, what am I gonna do? He's getting faster. You know what I mean? Hikari's, I guess, starting to fight like a little bit more recklessly. Like, he's just running into attacks and trading with him since the damage doesn't matter. Which I thought he should have did in the first place, but I guess what's the fun in that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I guess he starts to get a little bit more desperate because as Hikari explains as we hear in a few, panels that his curse, his effect of invulnerability is about to run out in a few seconds. So, shit's getting critical, but Kashimo has another ace up his sleeve. And I had to watch it. I had to think about this a little bit longer than I care to admit. But check this out, guys. So, Kashimo uses his sword from earlier as like a lightning rod. You know what I mean? Just to create like a current, and he lines up Hikari. So he could have did this at a lot of different points, but this was like, you could see like this was like his secret surprise, like, trap card type shit.
I activate my trap card.
Yeah. And apparently like right as his curse technique like ran out, he got hit with this the sneak attack. And Hikari's like hurt. He's hurt. There's a whole hole in his chest, kind of like Endeavor, but worse. Dude. His torso looks like a C. Is that doing it for y'all? If I didn't read it, I hope so.
It's like if somebody took out a C-shaped chunk out of his abdomen.
Yeah, that was what the lightning did. It didn't blow his body up, thank God. He beat him. He beat him in invulnerable mode, bro. That's what happened with Kashimo. He looks at him for a moment and says, it's over. As we see that Hikari's round ended at that same moment he got hit. But Hikari hits his domain expansion and activates Idle Death Gamble. Was that the name of the ability before?
Yeah.
Okay, that was always the name, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't like Idle Alive Gamble?
No, it's Idle... No, it's not Idle Alive Gamble. It's
right
Idle
now, because
Death.
It's dead now? Okay.
No. Dude.
There was this moment when when he was fighting, this little angel pops up and says death. Right when his head is about to explode.
Yeah. No,
so I was like, maybe that was like a little...
No, it's Idle Death Gamble.
A slight foreshadow?
Nope.
Okay, little tease, no? Okay. Well, Yeah,
No,
that was Jujutsu Kaisen. Very fast-paced, quick chapter. What I say? Electric Boy got busy.
Mm-hmm.
But Hikari's luck-based, so what you gonna do about it?
Crazy. With his dying breath, he said domain expansion.
He activates graceful charity.
Dude, I'd be so tight. He's just like, fuck, really, bro? But honestly, I'll start with my thoughts. First of all, I want to congratulate you. Great job recapping.
Whoa, thank you.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, that was Jujutsu Kaisen. My thoughts are pretty great. I mean, it's just a straight up fight the whole way through. I did not see that coming with the lightning rod at the end. Pretty smart move, TBH.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah,
it makes sense to.
I actually want to go back a chapter to see if he had put it in the ground on it by himself. I'll be, go ahead.
Yeah, go for it. I mean,
First.
it's just that Jujutsu Kaisen goodness. That fucking part where they're just punching the storage unit until it's dust was so fucking cool. I love that shit, man. But yeah, such a great chapter. So fun to read. It's just, peak Jujutsu Kaisen. It's just a fun fight between two characters who are just like giving it their all and just being interesting and having interesting powers. Hikari being a damn tank. That little angel where it says death, that was actually Hikari about to die, and then he saved himself last minute by expelling the cursed energy through.
Oh, that was like the death screen, like, oh, you died.
Yeah.
like in a game.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was about to happen.
Dude, Kajimo's giving Hikari that work. I'm not even gonna hold you.
Yeah.
He didn't get lucky. Come on. Maybe there's another layer to this. Maybe there's something more.
Well, Hikari's domain forces him to fight recklessly at all times because he is constantly put in a position where he's immortal, and he has to be so fast to activate his domain to not be immediately killed the second that his immortality falls out. So, he has to be his domain is very much geared towards his personality, being a gambler and all that stuff. Or maybe his domain informs his personality. Maybe the reason he is the way he is because his innate domain is just forcing him to be a person who's very used to taking risks and flying by the seat of his pants and really just not really worrying about figuring shit out because things will work out because he knows he's very lucky. He knows how to game his own system. So I respect that about Hikari. It's really fun to watch him fight. Now that we understand his domain expansion to such a degree, it's been a fucking fun ride. But those are all my thoughts. Great chapter. I'm gonna pass it over to Brian. Brian, what did you think about Jujutsu Kaisen this week?
This chapter was a very close second for me.
Yeah.
It was really, really hard to choose. My hero slightly edged it out because of the more, emotional factors to it, but this one definitely had the hype. It definitely brought the fucking hype. Hikari still doesn't fucking disappoint. The fight is really fucking cool right now, but I really enjoy how Hikari is just such a good character, man. He's so electric when he's in a fucking page. He's always, scrapping. He's trying to fucking do some cool shit. His personality is always really cool. I fucking love Hikari. But I have a question. Does he have several domains? Is Idle Death because Idle Death Gambit is a different domain expansion, right?
No. It's Idle Death Gamble. That's his domain.
Oh, so wait, how does he...
He just... Part of him getting the jackpot allows him to continuously open his domain for as long as he gets jackpots.
Yeah, but his jackpot ran out, no? Did he just strike another jackpot? It didn't say he got another jackpot. The
jackpot gives him immortality for 4 minutes and 11 seconds, and at the end of those 4 minutes and 11 seconds, he's able to open his domain again. It just is a recycling. It's a cycle until he loses. And he's never made it past 30, so that means he can do this to up about 30 times
he could still die in the domain, and he lost a chunk of his torso. So,
well, it's assumed that like once his domain is activated, he's fine. But that's my assumption.
I thought the thing was he's only immortal during the jackpot, but once he's in the domain doesn't make him immortal. It's not the domain that makes him immortal. It's only the jackpot.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see because I think they're going to explain more into that. That's my guess, honestly, is that if he can make it to his domain before he dies, his domain refreshes him, and that doesn't make him unkillable, but it saves his life, basically. And then he has to ward off Kashimo inside the domain as well.
Yeah, and also he still has to figure out Kashimo, because this guy is really fucking skilled. Of course, he's an ancient sorcerer and shit. And he's really elite. Like, compared to other ancient sorcerers, this guy is, like, next level.
He's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, this guy knows what the fuck he's doing. And he's constantly keeping the pressure up. He's constantly being unpredictable, and he's really lethal. Like, this guy has very, like, killer instinct, and it's really dangerous. If this was anybody else, I feel like they lose. Even Itadori might lose against this guy. So, Hikari really has to take this guy out before he finds him. Because, I don't know, I feel like he might be, like, the strongest at the moment. Like, one of the strongest people like, these guys have faced. So...
I agree.
Hikari has to really take this guy down before it's too late.
Yeah, it's built up that, from the very start, he was one of the only two people who had 100 points. It was him and Higuruma, who had, like, 100 points right off the bat. So...
And Higuruma killed a lot of regular people, too.
I think so. But yeah, that's what's implied there. But, yeah, no, you're right, Brian. He still has to figure out Kashimo. But I think, like, part of the thing about Hikari's domain is that it really frustrates people. Because he keeps getting ones up, and like it's hard to do this, like to keep fighting to the death. Because really,
stay focused,
and
not make mistakes.
Yeah, because then it becomes like kind of a game of attrition. Because Kashimo doesn't get refreshed every time this domain happens, so he has to keep fighting on his own stamina. Where Hikari seems to get renewed every time, and it's almost like he's fighting new every single time. So. I think that's part of it too. At some point, like Kashimo will just Hikari will just continuously buy himself time to get his enemy to slip up, because you're gonna make a mistake the longer you fight this guy. But yeah, man, such a great chapter. I don't have much other thoughts anymore from you guys.
Nah. Yeah, did it pretty well, and I said a lot of what I had to say during the recap, I guess. Kashimo's impressive.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think he's just going for the domain expansion. I mean, because it's why not? He has to. He's dying.
Yeah.
Hopefully he gets lucky and survives.
Mm.
I'm nervous for Okoto to face Kashimo. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if he might be able to copy his electric move, but he ain't gonna be able to use it as good as Kashimo.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's probably, I don't know who's stronger, not the Sky Lady, not Bushigoro Cannon Man. He's saying, listen, them blasts is powerful, but he can't do nothing about that lightning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, I'm all set. Y'all ready to move? Let's go. Undead Unluck.
You.
Yeah. Josh, are you still down to do this one? I forgot to ask you before the show.
I'll take it. You can support whatever.
Let's go.
So, where's the chapter at? In the beginning?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. They be weird nowadays.
Hmm?
They give the title like halfway through the chapter, and sometimes at the end if it's Bleach. Because Kubo's a jerk. Anyway, Undead Unluck, chapter number 115. Don't leave me. Last week, Nico had the flashback?
Yeah, we
About
had
the
a little.
girl?
We had a.
Oh, let me look at something. So, is that was that same chick the wife that we seen dead?
Yeah.
I thought they were two different people. I thought he lost two different women.
No, he just lost his wife.
So that whole time he didn't have that whatever.
Yes.
He didn't
He did
have
not have-
unforgivable that whole time. Only right before she died.
Yeah, if I recall correctly, like his negation activated upon his wife's death. So that's the last thing he remembers of her, really. I guess like that's the one thing that he just like can't forget about her.
Right. Oh shit! Then how was he able to have that flash? I guess it wasn't for him; it was for us. Anyway,
Yeah, I don't know. I
that's
don't
why
remember really.
we had a flashback seeing how how he met his wife and how they grew to grow attraction for each other and love and etc. etc. Yeah. And also Ghost started biting on Nico's head and they fused together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, we're picking off there, right? He's in a dope ass fusion with Ghost, and he's literally nomming on his head, like nom, 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 like a baby chewing on a toy. It's actually kind of hilarious. Like, I don't think it's problematic at all. I think it should be funny.
Yeah,
and that's what's gonna go in my head. That's how I'm taking it, and yeah, I appreciate that from the author. Thank you, Yoshifumi Tozuka. Okay, so yeah. He's chilling with Ghost, and Andy's a decapitated head. I forgot that was the case before. He's thinking. He's like, what am I going to do? Oh shit! Got punched in my head.
Yeah.
It mad hard by the big robot guy. Undead. Because I'm dead because he got smoked in the beginning, and we don't care.
Yeah.
But it matters that he did die. That's why I'm emphasizing it. So yeah. And he's taking L's, he's getting knocked around like the storage unit from Jujutsu Kaisen in the previous chapter. And then Chikara pulls up and uses his unmove. But it's what is it? His chest ain't I guess he notices his chest isn't shining, like that orb that connects to Nico's unforgettable. So yeah, I guess he didn't get it. He didn't have a power boost, so he was still able to move around a little bit, I guess. And then Andy figures that because the other two people, that being Big Robot Dead Man and his ex dead girl
that he killed.
If you want to support Chris,
Gina.
with the name.
I remember Gina. I don't remember what the other guy's name is.
That's funny. It's a random name, Gina, like from Martin. Anyway, yeah, they're really strong because they're already dead.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Yeah. So yeah, Andy notices that, and we have a little bit more dialogue. Nico is like, in order to make up for the Union's dwindling forces, we contemplated replicating the powers of those who had fallen in battle. Development was conducted right here. Maybe you shouldn't have said all of that, bro.
You know what's interesting? I don't remember Gina's powers being stretchy. She had something. They weren't stretchy, right? Like what?
But maybe that's how he remembers it.
Mm.
She created force fields and shit. So that's what it is. She's making force field hands when she could be putting his head inside of a box and killing him.
Yeah. She had damn. I have to go all the way back.
Invisible barrier. It was
Uninvisible barrier?
Unfree space.
No, yeah, unfree space. I'll look it up. You continue with the recap. I got you.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, so distracted. Anyway, after Nico spills the beans about this being the research site of his actual ability, this is where all the goods are. And he's like, all right, bet. So he shoots some blood cannons at his ex-dead girlfriend Gina. Ends up knocking her into one of the storage units and notices that one of the dolls starts to flicker. Oh no, I'm sorry, I'm jumping ahead. That actually doesn't happen Yeah. When the storage unit gets shattered, Nico has like this weird astral projection. It's like weird, like he's tweaking, guys. He starts like imagining his ex-wife saying, "Nico, this isn't right. I know it," and he's like, "What isn't right? What? What you mean?"
Yeah.
Yeah. Talk about his ghost is in the background. Like, yeah, what? What's wrong with this? What you hating for? He's biased.
Yeah.
Ghost is biased.
She's unchanged, by the way. I found it.
He says, a memory from before unforgettable manifested. That's what it was. It was a prior memory. We've done all that we could. All right, so we continue to hear his wife saying, like, oh, that we've done everything we could. That, like, he's bugging with these experiments, going beyond the realm of science, and that what he truly needs is a soul. Oh, no, what each of them needs is a soul, not just your creepy science.
Yeah.
Right?
Not just your weirdo science.
So, he's realizing that she was always right, like women are always right. Don't forget, guys. And I guess Nico has his moment when he's like, yeah, watch this cool shit I'm about to do, Andy, with this ghost power. But Andy doesn't really care because he starts shooting his blood bullets and immediately they bounce off of Iron Man and hit some more storage containers. And then Andy notices that their projections start to flicker of War Machine and Gina. And he's like, oh, okay. Andy sees a way out of this situation. And then Nico starts tweaking a little bit more. He's getting a memory of his wife talking to him. And she's complaining about how she can't sleep. Not really, but I'm not gonna give all the details.
Yeah.
Sorry. But Nico asks her, like, are you gonna leave me all alone? And she says, you're not going to be alone because I don't know. I think she's implying that she's pregnant or something. What do you think,
she had her baby.
Huh?
He's like, he has a daughter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he has a whole ass daughter out there.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah, so like, yeah, you always have this seed. Oh, that's how she died. She died giving birth.
Yeah.
Child. I'm sorry, God. I needed a moment.
That's my favorite act out of Josh. For those of you who are not watching on YouTube, Josh pushed his chair all the way to the background of his fucking shot.
I had to moment, regroup. You know what I'm saying? Wow. Man, that's fucking sad. Jesus, Tozuki, right?
Yoshifumi. Tozuka.
Yoshifumi. Come on.
Tozuka.
I always gotta do it to us like this. Anyway, so he's like, yeah. Well, anyway, Nico is, reflecting on that memory about him about his wife leaving a child behind, so he's not gonna be alone. He's like, yes.
Yes.
He figures that, with the inventions he created in this new world, he'll be able to see her again. And that, like, he's like the old memories that he just got back are starting to fade. And he's like, I need these memories. Please, ghost. Is that what's happening? Is he giving her he's giving her memories? The ghost is giving Nico memories of her? Is that what's happening?
I think so. I'm kind of confused because his whole thing is unforgettable, right? I think he implied earlier that his mind is just like getting crushed by information constantly in the last chapter. So maybe he's like, it's just his mind breaking because of all the information that he's fucking perceived over time and absorbed. But
yeah, I think because Ghost has her soul, so he's like dipping it into take like drugs or something,
like a tea bag into his mind.
Yeah, that's wild. He's teabagging his wife. You know what he said?
I'm gonna teabag your wife into your head, son.
Yeah, you like that? Some of that? And Nico's like, yes.
This is all I've ever wanted.
I'll take it. I guess at some point Andy got caught by the girl Gina's power that you were ragging on before. Haha, she got him.
I just remembered what it was. It was Unchange. I understand what it is now.
Oh, Unchange?
Yeah. She can ostensibly she could like shapeshift things. She can like change the form of things. From what I saw. From my brief bit of research.
I'll take your word for it, Chris. If you guys in the comment section want to hit us up with some info,
it's been a minute.
Let us know, please. So, yeah. All right. So now he's like, I finally caught you. I'm about to give you this end game spiel and not end it right now because I'm an asshole. And Andy takes the moment to say, "Listen, bro, I see that you're suffering. Right? Every time this lab gets destroyed, no. Every time your inventions get destroyed, it causes you to suffer bad. This place is packed with a bunch of precious memories, isn't it? You wouldn't be able to keep yourself together without this place." So Andy's recognizing this is all what you need to get by and survive on a daily basis, broski. I get it.
Yeah,
but guess what?
This place maintains your mental health and is a really a good safe space for you. You really need in order to continue onward. It would be a shame if something happened to it. Oh, blood arms!
and it's his hits all his inventions with Dead Road, and he's like, "Stop!"
Yes.
It's really sad.
Yeah. Blasted him away. Sheesh. And that's where the chapter ends.
Brian too.
Yeah, he actually ends up because all these tubes are destroyed. The visages of the Union members that have passed and whose powers he's borrowing are gone as well.
He's defeated me.
Yeah, he's kind of done now. His only ability is to not forget things. So there you go.
That was the best he could do. It was pretty gangsta. I mean, if it was anybody else but Andy, he just couldn't kill him.
I'll tell you what, man.
One perfect to kill him with.
Yeah, I guess I'll get into my thoughts. He takes a power like never being able to forget and turning it into a real fight, real fighting ability. I'm always impressed by that. With Yoshifumi, he's always able to do that. This chapter was really cool. It was a little like chaotic because of all the fighting that was happening and just trying to like gather what he was trying to say here. I think he's just like literally kind of freaking out right now because his head is being crushed under the weight of the memories that he's been accumulating over the years.
Yeah.
So he's just suffering.
He's not a bad guy either, so
yeah.
Rough. I don't think he does this all the time.
Yeah. So, it's a really sad story for him. It was funny how Andy eliminated his safe space here, but yeah, pretty smart, after realizing that, he won't be able to fight if all these tubes are destroyed. So, all that's left to really deal with is Ghost, and his influence over Nico. So, maybe there's something there. Maybe Andy will kill Nico and reunite him with his wife as like a favor, and they'll both be alive in the next loop. That's a possibility.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Won't say God willing, because in this universe, he's a jerk.
Yeah. God, stay out of this. How about that?
Yeah.
Don't will anything, God.
Yeah, just fall back, bro.
Just go away. Stop pissing people off. Being a real jerk. But those are my thoughts. I really like this chapter. I will say that some of the art in the 2-page spread, this one panel where like Nico is like holding the scythe thing and he's like sweating, I thought that was like really well drawn and really cool looking.
Yeah.
I think he captured like light really well in that. I really like that panel a lot.
Yeah, with the shading from his hair and stuff, that was really well done.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, those were all my thoughts. Josh, I'll throw it to you.
I was wrong about something.
What?
That wasn't his soul. That wasn't her soul dangling over his head. That was all Cat. I think he was forming the scythe rod for him.
Oh, he said, "Zwamp."
Yeah.
All right, that makes sense.
I thought it was a good idea.
No, yeah, I didn't know.
I did my best. No, I don't have any other thoughts. I mean, yeah. Who would have thought that you can make a great fight out of not being able to forget things? But that's what this series has been about from the very beginning, bro. How do you make being unlucky? Well, Domino does it, I guess.
Well, she's lucky, so she makes luck her weapon, and Fuko's the anti-luck.
No, concept is there.
Yeah.
You know, for
Fuko's the anti-domino.
yeah.
But yeah, were those all your thoughts?
Yeah. I like this chapter. I hope he doesn't have to kill Nico. But he's definitely gonna suffer anyway, so
Yeah. Well, with that being said, yeah, that was Undead Unluck. I do want to announce one thing real fast. Apparently, we just learned this week that Chainsaw Man's coming back relatively soon.
relatively soon.
Within 3 weeks or so. Was that right? 2 weeks? 3 weeks? A month? Less than a month, we'll say. Say 3 weeks. Chainsaw Man is returning. And that means we are planning on including it back in the lineup. I think that goes without saying. I think just if we could get to it on the Viz app, we'll throw it in. It's been a long time. Very excited to talk about Chainsaw Man again. I got to do a run through of the series one more time because it's been a minute. But yeah, I'm excited for Chainsaw Man to come back in any capacity. I don't know if it's going to be a weekly series. It might be a monthly, just like the others, because I think it's coming out in a different magazine. So it'll join our monthly lineup, if anything. But yeah. Just wanted to drop that tidbit. With that being said, that was Undead Unluck, and that has been our show. Thank you guys so much for listening. As per usual, you could find me at the Chris Espinal on Twitter and Instagram, Josh at JD_37 on Instagram, at NYChillin on Twitter. You can find Brian at b.esp on Twitter and Instagram. Follow him on his Twitch stream at twitch.tv/itspunchline to watch him play video games. You can email us at newjumpcitypod@gmail.com with any questions, suggestions, anything you guys want us to talk about. Hit us up on that. Subscribe to us, give us a like, give us a share. That would be super appreciated on YouTube, whether it's on the full version of the podcast or the little highlight breakouts. Comment what you guys thought about the chapters this week. Very much would like to hear from you. If you prefer the audio podcasts, we are also an audio podcast wherever you listen to podcasts, whether that's Spotify, iTunes, wherever you listen. We're on there. And give us a 5-star review wherever you listen. The audio version of the podcast usually comes out first, so subscribe to us on there. Give us a 5-star review. And I think that's it. Thank you guys so much for listening. We will see you guys very soon. And stay safe, New Jump citizens.